I would have said, oh, my biggest off is my husband. I have to take the game. And then, like, me? He wouldn't have make it to the gate. He wouldn't have make it to the gate. He wouldn't have made it to the gate. This episode is called I told y'all Daemon wasn't shit. I'm so glad I never let y'all gaslight me into thinking foolishness. There was a comment on one of these recaps that was like, oh, I really don't believe that Daemon wants the throne for himself. Poor Daemon. Daemon has proved his loyalty to Viserys and Rhaenyra a million times over, and they still think he wants it for himself. Yes, he wants it for himself. That's all he's ever wanted. What show are you watching? What show are you watching? And he proved that point this episode. He proved that, but let's run it back. The episode opens with Corlys distraught mourning Rhaenys and Rhaenyra mourning Rhaenys. Paul went out for my girl again.
I really miss my nigga.
Then, when we get to King's Landing, Sir Criston Cole and his bitch ass are rolling Meleese's head out into the town square. They out here lying. They Aegon slayed the traitor dragon Meleese. Aegon slayed. Meanwhile, Aegon is literally in a crate, like fried up like bacon, okay? Anyway, they out here trying to, create this lore that Aegon slayed Meleese and killed them and did all this in battle, and it's Aegon who got Rook's rest, right? Meanwhile, all the actual people are just looking horrified. They seeing this as a bad omen, as Mysaria will say later on in the episode. But the people are literally looking at it and they're like, I thought that dragons were supposed to be gods. So for them, they seeing these dragons be slayed, and all they thinking is, if the dragon could get killed, I sure could get killing their nerves on them. And mind you, the rat catch is still hanging. As Sir Criston Cole is like trotting out Meleese, right? Sir Gawain is next to him, like, and Sir Criston Cole is like, listen, we won. And Sir Gawain is like, if you call that a win, I guess. And above them, you could see, looking at all of this happen, is Alicent and Aemond. And Alicent looking at Aemond, and she looking at him like, I know you do some, she looked down, she see Aegon sword on Aemond, and she say, why am I the mother to these two wicked? And let me tell you something, when we see Aegon, they literally wheel my out in a crate. Like, to think you win something and your king get packed up in a crate? Like, think about that. Like, to truly get up is to get packed up. My pack up in a crate. Like, and they roll him out, my fully look like Harvey Dent now. He burned right up. They literally pulling the armor off his melted body. And when I tell you that one-eyed bitch of a brother he got couldn't give a like, he walk in the room like, this lucky to be alive. Like, ooh, like Aemond ain't even trying to give the impression that he didn't do that to his brother. And Alicent goes to go talk to Sir Criston Cole about it, right? Because she know in her heart Aemond have something to do with it. So she asks Sir Criston Cole, like, what happened? What happened out there? And Sir Criston Cole is like, he can't even look in the eye. He's a real pussy. He can't even look in the eye. That's him. We won. We won. We fought. We took Rook's rest. And she's like, sir, be serious. I asked you a specific. You know what I'm talking about. What happened to my son, the king, who in there melted? All right, my melted son. Why is my son back in stitches? And he's like, he fought valiantly. She's like, this really? She say, and what about Aemond? What did Aemond have to do with it? And so Criston Cole still ain't looking at her, and he's like, I cannot say. And to the slightest bit of his defense, I guess he cannot say. I mean, I believe he know in his heart, he know he do it, but I can't trust that man could see all up in there in the sky, 3 dragons fighting. Who's to say he know specifically that it's Aemond who light him on fire? But I think his soul know it. But Alicent certainly knows. She know her wicked son did that for the come up. When we next see Rhaenyra's council, they are yet again mad as hell. This time Sir Alfred is literally on his feet, child, and he's like, listen, the only person who could be actually running thing and actually give us some directions ain't here over on marital spat. And Rhaenyra's like, what's that? Excuse me? Are you getting my marital business? How you know what you trying to say? And he's like, I ain't trying to say nothing. She's like, you have a problem with me? You ain't loyal? You got an issue? And he's like, I am loyal to the throne. I'm just saying the gentler sex, otherwise known as gals, the gentler sex is not familiar with war. They not best equipped to deal with war. And she's like, we had peace for 80 years. Don't neither one of us know nothing about war. Neither one of us have any familiarity with war, so shut up. But mind you, Rhaenyra don't know what the she doing. Like, Rhaenyra doesn't know what she's doing. Let's keep it a buck. Like, let's keep it a buck at this point. Like, yes, would Daemon have better direction for what they should be doing? Daemon here, we could get to it later. When me next see Jacaerys, he is talking to his boo Baela. Why him and Baela ain't married yet already? Anyway, his betrothed. But anyway, him and Baela are talking. At first he was like, oh, he getting ready to go to Harrenhal to go and try and make Daemon affirm his loyalty to the crown, right? And to like update him on what the plans is, right? Because I guess at this point, they're actually starting to be like, okay, what the is Daemon up there doing? We really ain't heard from the he ain't sent no ravens. We don't trust him. Baela is like, you think if your mommy couldn't tame him, you think you could be able to do it? Like, be serious. Stay here. And Jacaerys all hot. He's like, no, you know, I ain't nobody using me. This is humiliating being here. I need to be in action. I need to be doing something. I need to be in the mix, right? So then he comes up with a different plan, and I guess a better one, and he decides he's gonna go convince the River Lords to allow them passage, right? Because the River Lord, they need River Run in order to be able to do anything in this war. And he's like, if they get River Run, Harrenhal and what Daemon got going over there don't even matter. So that's what he decides to do. When me next see Daemon, he's with the Blackwood guy, and they supposed to be trying to convince the Brackens to bend the knee, right? And the Brackens are like, they tell the Brackens like, listen, we will literally burn y'all up. You get death by fire if y'all don't bend the knee. And they was like, fire, bitch, y'all. Like, that's how much the Brackens do not fuck with the Blackwoods. Like, the Blackwoods and the Brackens have some serious beef. So anyway, when they spin their back like, you, light us on fire, and Daemon doesn't, and Blackwood is like arguing with him like, oh, why you ain't do that? And he's like, the kind of would choose death by fire over bending the knee. Then to kind of realize I need on my team for real, right? And Blackwood is running on like, listen, you ain't gonna get them. You don't see how pig-headed they are. Like, this exactly the problem you be dealing with. You ain't gonna get them to get on board. And so Daemon was basically like, go do what y'all have to do. The same way he's sick blood and cheese. Rhaenyra gave him a specific instruction, get Aemond, but instead he tell blood and cheese, go do whatever atrocities and say it ain't me. Even though it will obviously be you. It's yet like, it will obviously be put on you. Same way, he come again and he say, go do all kind of atrocities, but don't say it's us. Say, do it off the record. Like, do it not in the name of the queen, right? And what's so special about this is there was all kind of people yet again when talking about, oh, they believe Daemon feel bad about killing Jacaerys. Oh, you see he's being tormented now that he's here. And I was like, if y'all don't stop talking a bunch of and look at him back to war crime. He ain't even back, like he never left, okay? So anyway, Daemon tell him, do all kind of wickedness, but don't say we tell you do it. And my man is all too eager because, like I said, the Blackwoods hate the Brackens. They looking for any excuse to go act a fool, right? When we see a girl, Rhaenyra, she's at the place, you know, the little safe haven place they sent her, but the white woman they sent her to go be with is upset because, you know, the deal was, oh, I'll give them protections in exchange for a dragon, but she got swing because they send them with them baby dragons, right? So she upset and she's stressing on my girl, Rhaenyra. And Rhaenyra is stressed, okay? And I'm pretty sure that's how, and then at the end of the conversation of this white lady bucking up on her about how she mad, right? Like, imagine you get somewhere and the people immediately making you feel like an unwanted house guest, right? And the woman goes, oh, my condolences on the death of your grandmother. And I'm pretty sure that's how Rhaenyra find that out, and I feel bad for her. When we next see Rhaenyra talking to Mysaria, she's complaining about how people ain't listening to her on the council, right? And like, I want y'all to know, I am an equal opportunity shooter, okay? I'm straight shooter. The same way I tell y'all last episode, if the same way we knew it was stupid that Aegon keep wanting to go to war, he want to go on the dragon, he want to fight so bad, he want to be in the mix, and everybody in his council is like, that's stupid, you're the king, you will be endangered. And the same way Aegon was carrying on, like he didn't care that they went into war, how the moves going, all he cared about whether or not his listening to him. Rhaenyra's be doing the same thing, you know. She just don't be sounding and seeming as stupid, but it's the same shit. She there complaining to Mysaria that people ain't listening to her, the man ain't listening to her, whatever, right? And Mysaria's like, okay, well, what about Daemon? What Daemon's saying? And Rhaenyra's like, I can't rely on Daemon. I can't trust Daemon, and more importantly, I've leaned on him for strength too many times. I can't do that now. And Rhaenyra is busy there spiraling, and Mysaria is basically like, listen, Sir Criston Cole played his hand wrong, okay? He thought it was a bold move rolling that dragon out there, but people just seeing like an ill omen, and so you have an opportunity to strike me. And it's funny when you listen to Mysaria and you compare it to like when Daemon is talking, because Mysaria and Daemon actually have a lot of the same advice, okay? They're like, I want to remind y'all, Mysaria was originally Daemon's bitch, and they are in fact a lot more equally yoked than him and Rhaenyra at this point. I just call it a spade a spade. They both have similar advice, like, bitch, hey, let's lock in. Also, Vhagar's weak right now, we should should jump her. It's a good time to jump Vhagar, which was not for nothing. Can't stand Daemon's ass, but that was Daemon's advice in the first episode of this season, right? That's what Daemon had told Rhaenys, like, let's all go jump Vhagar. We could take it. And Rhaenys was like, oh, Rhaenyra ain't here. Let's wait. I ain't doing nothing because you ain't the king. That didn't age so well. When we next see Rhaenyra and Baela is upset, is mourning Rhaenys. She's really upset about the fact that Rhaenys is dead for her body to be laying somewhere in like an enemy's pit, right? Rhaenyra was talking to Baela about how Rhaenys claimed Meleys, the story of how she did it, and how Meleys, her daddy, Rhaenys' daddy, had actually wanted Meleys, but Meleys wouldn't let him, but she bent the knee to Rhaenys. Rhaenyra was basically like, Rhaenys didn't always care for me, but she was telling Baela how much Rhaenys meant to her and important to Rhaenys or whatever have you. And then she gave Baela something to give to Corlys. Lord, when we next see Daemon, let me tell you, y'all Daemon sympathizers had almost had me thinking, you know, and let me start calling her Alice. I'm not even gonna call Alice a witch no more, because Alice is actually making a bunch of sense. Okay, y'all almost had me. Because I was there like, oh, Alice out here manipulating Daemon and giving him these dreams and blah, 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 and making him think that he want to turn against Rhaenyra, because that's what the Daemon sympathizers was running on in my comments. No. All Alice is doing is seeing that what he is, right? So anyway, when we next see Daemon, he's his mother.
Hell no, man. What the...
A vision, dream, Oedipus complex. I don't know what it is. He was his mom, okay, literally his mummy. And in his, like, as he his mummy is his mummy telling him, oh, you was my favorite, you was so much stronger than Viserys was weak, Viserys couldn't do what he needed to do, it's too bad you was born second. That's your man's okay, that's your man's. And the next time we see, and again, like, there's no more pretending you believe that Daemon don't want the throne for himself. Like, there's officially no more of that, right? We see Sir Simon and Daemon talking. Daemon is yet again to him like, you need to call me king. And Sir Simon is like, I hate to bring this up, but you remember you're not the king, right? Like, you're a prince. And he was like, if I'm the wife of the queen, what does that make me? And Sir Simon is like, the king consort, not the king. And Daemon is like, I don't think we need a consort part. I say, look at this. Literally, I say, but look at him, but check stock. This, one thing about me, I say Daemon is a wicked. She have to look out for, babe. She have a dragon she cannot control for husband, babe. For I say, she should have, from the second they was having that fight before he left, and he said to her like, oh, the only reason Viserys made you king is because you made you heir was because he knew that you couldn't outshine his legacy and all of that. I would have said, oh, my biggest off is my husband. I have to take the game. And then, like, me? He wouldn't have make it to the gate. He wouldn't have made it to the gate. He wouldn't have made it to the gate. When we next see Alicent is at the council. They getting the update on Aegon, right? And the maester is like, listen, his best bet is Jesus. Say, let me tell you, y'all gonna have to call God. Because that's for the man upstairs. That's above my pay grade, okay? And Alicent is like, okay, well, if my son get dead, then we need to name a regent. Like, we need to name somebody to rule in his place, right? And everybody's like, oh, good thinking, smart thinking. Yes, you're absolutely right. We should do that. And they're like, who do you want to name? And she was like, obviously myself. She was like, I've ruled. She was like, I ruled for Viserys. I ruled for the majority of Viserys' term while he was sick and yada, yada, yada. And it was like, girl, bitch. Bitch. No, no, baby girl. They was like, yeah, that was then. This is now, bitch. Okay, things was peaceful. Now we need a man. Okay, this is war. This is big man things. We need strength. We need man. Obviously, it should be Prince Aemond, right? All of them is like Prince Aemond, and all these men. This how all them looking down. And particular Cole, right? So they suggest Prince Aemond, right? And she's like, Prince Aemond is young and hot-headed. Like, he's best served as a dragon riding on the battlefield. Like, no, I'm the one who should be there. Then listen, they say it should obviously be Prince Aemond, right? So then all the men basically look to Cole. She asks Larys, like, Larys, what you think? Larys go, yeah, it should be Prince Aemond. And then everybody looked to Cole as Cole. And then when they finally go, Cole, like, what do you think? As you the one who, you the hand to the king, you speak for the king if he ain't here. And Allison look at him, and he ain't look at her. That's him. It should be Prince Daemon. I say, what did all that riding dick do for you? What did it do for you? I say, babe, let me tell you, I like that. Like, look, if you just look at the betrayal, on one hand, she have a who she had like rubbing up her foot, and the next man who she is ride, and ain't none of them had her back. How you like that? I say, look at that. I like that. That's poetic. You pussy's trash, Allison. That's what I've learned. And let me tell you, Aemon ain't had no mercy for his mother, okay? He get up, and he pick up this ball of the ding just so he could look at her like, bitch, and come immediately get to running things. Like, and as he doing that, you should see Allison over there. My girl's stressed, so she can't believe that. And I'm just like, that's so funny. Not you huffing and puffing now because you don't like what sexism gets you. That's crazy. You are literally experiencing exactly what you weaponized against Rhaenyra, right? Because if it wasn't for these and the sexism that they believe in, they wouldn't be challenging Rhaenyra. And you've been all good for that. Oh, but you wanted to rule, baby girl. You wanted to take it from a woman so you could, white girl. You thought, bitch. You thought, huh? You should see it. You could just fucking see the feminism rising up in her. Girl, shut up. When me and see Allison talking to Cole, she literally gone to go run up on him, and she's upset, babe. She's like, I can't believe you gone and vouch for Aemon instead of me. And again, the man can't even look in the eye. And he's like, listen, Aemon is a dragon rider. We need a dragon rider. What I saw at war is basically that the dragons have took this over, and so that's what we need. That's what we need in charge, right? And she's like, so nothing else matter but strength and running on and carrying on in this water, and all y'all want to do is just burn up and fight, and you all don't need nothing else matters, right? He ain't even looking at her. He ain't even checking for nothing. She so my girl say, so right quick, let me ask you something. So you stop being loyal, or you only loyal at night until the morning come up, you only loyal when I ride? And she learned a valuable lesson. He answers, why yes. And you always knew that about him. You always had reason to know. What did you know about him first, Allison? One of the first things you ever learned about Sir Criston Cole is that he was sworn to Rhaenyra, and that was his main bitch when she was with him. The minute she stopped with him, what did do? He switch up. He on your team plotting up demise, and now he eating your coochie, and you thought he was gonna be loyal to you? You shocked? Like, oh, you only loyal until the sun come up? Yes. Why, yes. That's exactly that. He's a bitch ass. We thought you knew, silly girl. So now she officially realized he ain't shit for her. So when he gonna go say something, he say, Allison, my girl say, ain't nobody give you leave to call my name. In other words, the help. Let me remind you, we ain't company no more. That's how she let him know we are no longer bedfellows, bitch. I say, oh, look at that. Look at that. You and your dumb ass done that. Hey, let me tell you something. When you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You have helped that man and weaponized his misogyny and his sexism, and you've helped elevate him to positions that he didn't deserve to be at just to spite Rhaenyra. He was sworn to Rhaenyra. You go on and make him sworn to the queen, and now look, now he's hand to the king and overstepping you, and now look what you done do. Again, not unlike Rhaenyra, you now too have a dragon you can't control. When we next see Jacaerys, he is negotiating with the people to be able to get crossing to River Run, right? And they basically tell him that they want Harrenhal, and he tells them, listen, we'll give you all Harrenhal if you bend the knee to Rhaenyra. And he also there promising that Daemon's not going to be a problem, promising that they're going to have protection from Daemon and from the dragons and all these different things that I ain't too sure on how he could deliver that, because Daemon out here doing whatever the he wants. So let's get to that. When we next see Daemon, he chopping axe, right? I mean, he chopping wood, right? Like, he chopping wood, trying to act like he's real man, right? Like, he doing the things, he down with the people. But ain't nobody gonna say Daemon Targaryen ain't get his hands dirty in the war, right? So the witch, my girl Alice, officially my girl Alice, she's like, listen, let me rap to you right quick. I understand that y'all doing things and whatever y'all got going on, but y'all literally have the Blackwoods out here killing, like, taking women and children, literally raping women and taking children out their beds, doing all kind of stuff to innocent people in the name of y'all's cause. And I know you as a upstanding man wouldn't stand for that, right? And Daemon is like, who tell you I as an upstanding man? She's like, dog, this is barbaric. These are some barbaric atrocities. Y'all need to stop this. And he was like, listen, it's war. She was like, no, this ain't war. These ain't just the war thing. These are things that y'all are doing to the innocents. She's like, and this what y'all doing in Rhaenyra's name. Y'all got Rhaenyra banner up on that, right? The Targaryen name. Daemon spin around and he basically is like, I supposed to be king. When I take King's Landing, Rhaenyra is gonna be welcome to come up and come rule with me, and we'll rule together, king and queen. Like, who better to rule than me? Let me tell you something. Listen, y'all don't come around here, Michael. I could imagine some of y'all Daemon apologists could be like, no, it's not Daemon for real. It's the wood. It's the witchery. It's the stuff in the furniture bringing it out of him. He's being manipulated. That witch is not who's manipulating him to be like, nah. That witch wants him to stop sending unauthorized people to go rape and kill people and things. She is not manipulating him. If she could manipulate him, that wouldn't be what's happening. They just bringing out what Daemon really is, and what Daemon is an who always saw Rhaenyra as an Rhaenyra has always been to him a means to an end. The only reason he have the special affinity he have for Rhaenyra is because to him that was the easier way for him to get to the throne. That's all he care about. That's all he care about. I tell y'all that wasn't shit. I tell y'all he wasn't shit, and I hope you heard it loud and clear. When we next see Corlys, my boy is sad. Like, he is sad, and Baela has come to talk to him, and he tells her, like, listen, my castle is like a tomb, son. He is sick. And Baela there on some noble shit, on some, oh, I've come here to give you your thing. Rhaenyra wants you to be hand to the queen, right? She wants you to be her hand. And he's like, this bitch ain't tired of taking things from me. Well, he's like, my wife dead, and now you want to come ask me for more things. Now you want me to come do work for you. And Baela's like, excuse me, this is an honor. She's trying to give you an honor. And he's like, no, she's trying to act like she compensating me for my wife's death, and she done take so much from me. And it's funny, and I tell y'all last episode, didn't I say last recap that if I was Corlys, I wouldn't be with them? They done kill his brother, they done cost him all his children and thing. Didn't I say that? Y'all was in the comments yet again talking about, oh, I don't think Corlys feels like that about his brother. He probably sees it like blah 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 blah. Hear from Corlys mouth, haven't they taken enough from me? I hear you, black man. I hear you. I hear you. But the gag is, I can't even give that to Corlys, because all of the things that they've lost has been like, Corlys has been a willing participant. Rhaenys was telling that man the whole time, stop. You insist on doing this. You keep trying to pretend like you doing it in service of me, the queen who never was, but this is really you and how you want the Valerian name to be and all of your own aspirations and shit. And he wasn't listening, right? How many times did Rhaenys tell him, make Baela and Rhaena your heirs? And he wasn't trying to hear it. Now Baela is reading him his rights, right? She like, listen, Rhaenys wasn't just your wife. Rhaenys was a queen, was a Targaryen. She was the queen who never was. She was a boss. She decided of her own free will that she wanted to go die like that in battle by dragon fire, just like my mummy died by dragon fire, just like I wouldn't die by dragon fire. All this girl boss nonsense. Yeah, whatever, Baela. I'm on. Corlys have every right to be mad. He have every right to be mad. So once Corlys see the side of Baela, suddenly he see what Rhaenys always been telling him. Now he want to carry out Rhaenys' vision when Rhaenys dead. So he said, oh, like, I should make you my heir. But now Baela can say to him, no, I'm blood and fire. Your heir need to be salt and sea. I say, child, man, don't listen till it's too late. Look how mine is go. Now, when we next see Rhaenyra, she done call for Sir Alfred, right? And she want to send Sir Alfred to Harrenhal to like negotiate with Daemon, to tell Daemon that they need to get the river run. And also she's like, I want you to see what his intentions are. Like, I want to see if he plans to raise up an army for myself, for me, or for himself, right? And Sir Harrenhal is like, what? She's like, no, that wouldn't do that. Like, you don't, what? No way. And my thing is, like, I don't see why Rhaenyra is doing this. Like, I think, like, in her mind, this is, she thinks she killing two birds with one stone. Like, Sir Alfred is be undermining her at the council, and now, but he have a good relationship with Daemon. You know, like, she could send him away so she could do what she want to do and also get her up. Girl, why would you send a who already don't with your leadership and definitely want to be led by a man and always bringing up Daemon and very clearly thinks Daemon is better suited to be king? Why would you send that to go talk to him? I say, Lord, this girl is she don't be thinking. I tell you, her head ain't in the game. Ain't nobody could convince me Rhaenyra head in the game. It ain't. Now when me next see Daemon, Sir Simon is so cute. So Simon wake him up, and Sir Simon is like, listen, the River Lords are here. They want to talk to you now. They say now, bring your ass now. So Daemon come out there, to the River Lords all turn up like, how y'all come see a king at this hour? And I'm just like, this swear he's the king. King of what? King of what? You were a member of the king's guard once upon a time, like, but the king. And it's crazy because every time he say king, everybody be like, oh, news to me? Like, so anyway, he started like running onto them, and they're basically like, listen, all that, okay? Y'all been doing all kind of barbaric shit. And he's like, listen, no, the Brackens already bent the knee. He's like, I don't care that y'all got the Brackens to bend the knee. The shit that y'all did, all this barbaric shit, is like way beyond the acts of wars. This is some atrocities and stuff. And Daemon out here trying to pretend like he didn't have nothing to do with what the Blackwoods did. He's like, yes, the Blackwoods did all this barbaric shit to women and children and did all of this. Like, they used y'all cause in order to settle their big beef they been had with the Brackens. And Daemon trying to pretend like he don't know nothing but that. Like, that ain't not nothing to do with them. He's like, that they did it with your banner. We should have known someone who would go kill a baby in they mummy arms, behead a baby, would have do some shit like this. And that's exactly what Rhaenyra say. Like, Daemon is a liability. Like, it wasn't bad enough. He already caused a huge problem for her in the realm. All these people who gone and bend the knees to the high towers in them because of what they did to what's his name, Jaehaerys. And now look at him. Furthermore, now they raping and pillaging and doing all kind of crazy shit with Rhaenyra banner. I say, Lord, this man. And they tell him, listen, hey, this some sacred line, okay? The old gods and the newest watch us. Watch for you. You think you could do all this atrocity and shit on our watch for you. We could get you back in blood. And I hope they do. When we next see Aemon, he's sitting there with his wicked one eye, staring at the throne all longingly, because that's all he wanted, babe. Like, I hope y'all see that Aemon and Daemon are the same person. You know, they are the same person. Wicked second sons who just desperately want the power. Now, maybe unlike like Aegon is wicked too in his own right, way more like, it's crazy how much more likable Aegon is than Aemon, even though he's a rapist. Like, the actor, you know, did well by that character, child. Like, shout out to the actor, but child. Oh, Lord. Anyway, we see Aemon staring at the throne, and Helena roll up on him like, was it worth it? And Aemon ain't saying nothing, but she looking at him like, I know what you do. But I know what you do. Like, and it says a lot about you that your mummy and your, like, for your brother to get barbecue in a fight in the sky where there was multiple dragons involved, but both your mummy and your sister just know that you the type of to do it, even though you're all supposed to be on the same team. They see what he is. When we finally see Alicent next to Aegon bedside for 2 seconds, it really is 2 seconds. Like, my girl couldn't even pretend to care about her son for 5 minutes, okay? She was by his bedside for 2 seconds. She do this. Okay, that's enough. My girl get up, literally, Aegon say mummy, and she was already out the room. She ain't even had that. Aegon wake up for 1 second to try calling mommy name. Mommy, that's all gone. That's out. And the last thing we really see in the episode is Rhaenyra and Jacaerys having this conversation. Rhaenyra is supposed to be happy about Jacaerys having gotten River Run for her and done something, but she is having a little bit of the tantrum that Aegon was having last episode with Alicent about the fact that ain't nobody listening to her. Like, oh, you get to act, but I'm the queen. I gotta sit here. Ain't nobody listening to me. I can't be in the action. I won't go fight. I won't be on my dragon. Lord, I said this bitch is determined to die. Yeah, like this one woman who getting on my mother nerves, and you would think after Rhaenys done die. Listen, I don't know what to say here, because like Jacaerys maybe did something good for now. I don't have no faith in Jacaerys' plans, okay? Jacaerys' first plan got Lucerys killed. His second plan got Rhaenys killed, and so now this third one we can see. We can see Rhaenyra is obsessed with fighting on the dragons. They talking about they need to go after Vhagar, right? She tells Jacaerys won't go, right? And she's like, Jacaerys, your dragon is a baby. You won't go up there. Remember what happened when the last time one of y'all baby dragons go, you want to end up like Lucerys? So instantly he's like, oh. So she talking about, oh, she won't go. Vhagar is bigger, but Cyrax is quicker. I say, but this gal, Aegon literally, they just filet mignon this. Like, you won't be, that won't be you. Like, they lock in. So then Jacaerys is like, listen, we have 2 big ass dragons right beneath us that could take Vhagar. And Rhaenyra's like, listen, if only they had riders. And so that's when they come up with the plan, like, you know, we do have a bunch of bastards lying around, a bunch of Targaryen bastards that we could probably put on these dragons. And I'm like, and it's funny too, she was like, oh, that's a crazy idea, but that might work. And I was like, is it crazy? Because are we gonna act like Jacaerys is not a bastard? Okay, that's a strong baby. Let me tell you something. Rhaenyra is lie, but them boys paternity so much you start to believe the lie. Like, and I'm like, Rhaenyra, I'm not like Alicent. I'm not judging you, but I also didn't forget. So anyway, this episode, a hot mess. And Daemon. I told y'all. I forgot to tell y'all to subscribe to my new Patreon, because on the last recap, YouTube had temporarily tried to keep it real down and it pulled the episode down. So we created a Patreon. So in case that happens again, we'll always upload the episodes there. But also, if you subscribe for the paid membership on the Patreon, we're going to drop the uncensored episodes on there for those who want to hear it without the bleeps. If you want to hear all my profanity, so subscribe there.